use your life to bless others, what happens? You create a harvest of gratitude. A harvest of gratitude and resources that flows back into the house of God. So you become what? The conduit through which God's or Christ's sovereignty is felt in the community. So through you, God blesses the people out there. And through you, God uses the people out there to bless the church. That's how it works. The moment Jesus saw that centurion that contributed to the building of the temple, of the synagogue, he gave him his miracle instantly. There were Jews that could not build the synagogue. A Gentile built the synagogue. Jesus ministered to the Gentile. The Gentile was even confessing his unworthiness. Jesus was giving him a miracle he was worthy of. Some of the people that God wants to use to build his work, I've told you here, they are not sitting next to you here. You are God's own channel to reaching out to them and blessing them. And the reason God is using you to bless them is because God wants them through you to use them to bless his work. The neighbor you should have been praying for is the neighbor you are quarreling with. I don't talk to her. How will you pray for her? The man in your street that you say this one has everything. No. Have you had a discussion with that man? Have you had a discussion with that woman? When you have discussion with them one-on-one, that's when you will know that God has an assignment in their lives that he has put you there for. You will never know. You will just sit down there and say, this one has money. Anything he wants, he will just buy. Do you know the depression that is going on through that heart? Do you know whether that person is going through a divorce? Do you know whether there is bankruptcy almost happening in that person's business? Do you have any idea, or you're just looking at the car and looking at the fine clothes? Some of those fine clothes were bought years ago. They are not even recent. The person is preoccupied with so many challenges. And you will look at that individual. You will say, God, I want to be like this man. If half of that man's problem visits you, if half of that person's problem visits you, you should be happy what God has given you grace to be able to bear. That's why I said to Paul, my grace is sufficient unto you.